Hi guys, welcome back to In Good Company 2023 now. This is Evelyn.
Hi everyone, this is Isis.
And I'm Shanti. We can't wait to, start the new year and reflect the new year. So what do you guys like? What do you guys think of last year? What do you guys think?
Oh my God.
In 3 words. Well, how would you describe it?
Whoa, 3 words? That's a little bit, but let's
Honestly,
go.
I did put thought into it. I feel like for me, my 3 words are transformative, challenging, and healing. I feel like those are because transformative could be positive, negative, challenging because I definitely had a lot of L's. And healing because I think I am finally in a place where I'm recognize that, I need to take action to move forward in my life.
Yeah.
Nice.
And you, Evelyn?
For 3 words, I'd say challenging too. A little bit drastic in ways, when you lose a loved one or lose someone. It's hard. Yeah. And third one would be I'm beautiful. I guess it's a basic word, but I think finding the beautiful things in everything that you do each day. You can have a bad day, and finding something nice about it was what kept me going.
Yeah.
What about you?
I would say mine would be I would say emotional, a roller coaster, and for sure transformative for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like the same way you're saying, I feel like I didn't lose nobody like that. No one passed away, but there was certain people that I just don't talk to anymore, So that was an eye opener for me. And yeah, but I honestly appreciate last year though. I feel like I learned a lot. Yeah. But there was a lot of highs too. There was a lot of highs. There was
what one of your highlights? It doesn't have to be maybe the best, maybe something that comes to mind.
Highlight.
Whoa, not to be
I would say probably getting Smokey. I would say that's my highlight.
Aww. Smokey's your dog?
Yeah, my dog. Yeah, because I think he can be a lot and all that, but he's taught me a lot. He taught me a lot about myself. He taught me a lot what I need to work on and where I need to grow. So it's he made me kind of look in the mirror, and face what the hell I am. So I appreciate him a lot. And even today, he's still teaching me more and more,
Oh.
He's teaching me patience for sure.
I think last year too, it was an eye opener. I think every year is an eye opener, but I think I became more self-aware of how I act, how I feel, my emotions. And I think what you said too earlier, I said was healing. I think now when I see 2023, that's my vision of healing. What do you guys, from reflecting of 2022, what are some goals or things you want to accomplish now in 2023?
I would say I want to document more in my life for sure. I am very big on, living in the moment, being present. But
hey, too much.
Yeah.
Bitch, you got a picture? No, bitch.
I don't. I'm very private, so I don't really post anything on social media. I don't. I do a lot of things and people have no idea, because I don't post, I don't take photos. On Instagram, I'll see people put their December dump or this and that. And I'll be like, let me go see if I took anything this month. Nothing.
But you know what? I think everyone captures memories differently because I remember when we've been at a lot of festivals together and I'm here recording because I want to remember this moment and I'm like, woo. And then I see Chantel and she's just dun, 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 just having a good time. But it's and I was like, do you guys remember that? But we capture memories in different ways.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I used to record a lot, but never post on social media, but just record our moments, and I love looking back on them and just laughing.
Yeah. Whoa. Talking about recording a moment where
we're beautiful earring. Hey, at least you get to see the earring though. Y'all can't see my earring.
I took my heart and I gave it to you. Whoa, but I'm gonna take it back though.
Hey, was trying to come.
Whoa.
Hey, she believes in that heart. I believe in love. I have earrings that say love.
Oh my God, not us.
And we didn't even plan wearing black today.
We did not plan wearing black.
But
So yeah, I want to document more in my life, even if it's not about posting on social media. I just want to record more because I do love looking at old videos that I got in those funny moments, and I just I want that. So for sure this year I'm gonna document more in my life, take more selfies. I feel like sometimes I be getting I be doing my makeup bomb, or I be doing good looks, and I'm just like so in the moment, like, okay, wait, I gotta do that, I gotta do that. Mm-hmm. I'm rushing, and then it's the end of the night. It's not the same, you know. Your makeup does not look the same at the end of the night. So I'm like, damn. So I do want to like. That's one of my little goals.
Improvements,
like, yeah, just document everything.
Yeah. Nice. What about you, Isis?
I feel like for me, I feel like I really want to like center healing. I feel like I really need to this year. I feel like last year. Like, whoa.
Hey, my eyes light up. Did someone say healing? Just kidding.
I feel like last year, you know, like I really had, what is it? Like when you have like when you go to therapy.
Awakening?
A breakthrough?
A breakthrough,
epiphany.
Yes. I had a epiphany, breakthrough, a D, all of the above. I feel like I really had that last year with, you know, a lot of internal stuff. And I feel like it manifested at the end of the year. And I feel like this year, you know, in my relationship and my friendships, I just need to like remove myself sometimes, or remove my ego. And like, I don't know. I just think I want to be serene. I want to be in peace. I don't want to live my life like in anger.
I like that. That's actually a good topic. I'm interested in what you're saying. And what are ways or little things that you would want to do to improve that? Because I'm curious how that works.
I'm gonna buy a journal. Going on Twitter doesn't work out for me. Hey, if you know, it gets her in trouble. Whoa! But Twitter Circle, that's my new friend. But yeah, I'm gonna get a journal. I'm gonna get a planner. I need to be more organized. I feel like I live in unorganized chaos, and I think that that's worked out for me for so long. But has it really worked out for me, or have I just gone by?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So, yeah, I need to be apologetic with myself, with others, and also understand that sometimes sorry's not going to fix it. So, yeah, maybe go to therapy too.
Those are some good goals. I'd say the same for that. I documenting journaling is like the same thing. Well, documenting in like media, right? Yeah. Journaling is a great thing. I just started journaling this. I mean, it's been like 3-4 days. I don't feel like I have to journal every single day, but sometimes
diary.
Sometimes I'll add like a random question about like, hey, like what are things that make you happy? And I need that reminder because I mean, we have like stressful work days, and we need that reminder to hear what makes me happy, what brings me joy, whether it's a hobby, whether it's my family, whether it's calling this person.
Yeah, so, and I think it's just good to like jot down your thoughts, you know,
absolutely.
Like because sometimes like it's just good to like let it out, because I feel like if you don't, like you're just gonna keep like, you know, just gonna keep thinking about it, or you're gonna keep contemplating, and you just, if you write it out, it's like it's there. It's like you kind of vent it to yourself.
School where they're the ones like put your code in and no one else can get in there. I always wanted those.
I've heard of those, but but you didn't buy them. You bought them like at Walmart or something. They had like a little key.
Yeah, or you put a word, they'd be like, what's the password? You're like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
I've never had those, but I've heard of them.
I always wanted.
I've always I had seen the one with the keys, and I've always wanted those too. But I feel like I have older brothers, and they probably rip it or something. So.
Yeah, I had one when I was very little, and my brother did go. And
really?
Yeah.
Did you tell your mom?
I don't remember. I just remember he was making fun of me of what I said in there, you know, and I got upset.
Dear Diary, I ran into Mom Jordan today and he ignored me.
Dear Diary, I hugged my crush in the quad, but he also hugged another girl. So I know.
I do. Dear Diary, I wear my best fit and my crush didn't show up.
Oh, I hated that.
I'd wear honestly, I wasn't embarrassed. I'd wear the same outfit again the next day.
You're lying.
I didn't care.
No,
I was like, it is what it is.
I would wait at least 2 weeks.
No, what if someone tells you in front of their crush, weren't you wearing that yesterday?
Yeah, and that did happen to me once. Yeah. No, it was in middle school. I think I was trying to impress someone, and someone was just like, hey, I was like, she's like, you like that shit a lot, huh? You wore it yesterday. And I was just like, yeah, well, I have 2 of them.
Oh my God.
I don't even.
Bro, I remember.
Wash it.
I remember when I used to want to, like, my crush to see me, I would walk around the whole quad twice, 3 times. I will find someone that I knew that had that class. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna walk with them, talk to them so I could see them, and then just for them to get a glance at me.
Hey, no wonder she would say hi to me randomly and have conversations. Hey, how's your day going? In middle school, I'd be like,
hey girl. I'm like, hi Maria.
We did the most to impress whoever we did. I feel like going back to what we were talking about, the 2023, document everything. Like, I think it's important to document your life, document have you seen those like historical events that happen, how people leave notes and anything can be left behind, and you can leave that to your daughter, that daughter's daughter, and they can find something about themselves that they didn't know they had because my grandmother had it, whether it's anxiety, depression, or they suffered from this, you know, and it's like, oh, it makes sense why I have it. It adds up. When you find the roots to your problems, it adds everything up, and you don't see life as in like, oh, well, it's this person's fault. You know what? You see things with compassion now, and you're like, wow, I act this way or I reacted that way because, you know, when I was a kid, I didn't get that, or it has different reasonings. But I mean, personally, I'm sharing my experiences. When I go through something, whether it's a relationship, friendship, and it's not going well, I now see why that issue is reliving in my relationships.
It continues to manifest.
Yeah. I think for sure, like when you start to understand like other people and their trauma, you're like, okay, so it's not that you don't like me, or it's not that it's personal. It's just like you have unhealed trauma, you know, and so do I. So it's, I for sure, I started healing since like 2020, I would say. I've been healing. And I feel like for sure since last year, I finally felt like more breakthroughs than ever, you know? So I feel like this year I'm starting more like, you know, I want to document my life. I want to be more confident. I want to take more selfies. Like, and I want to take like little steps, like, you know, to feeling my best, you know, because since 2020, it's been an emotional roller coaster.
I don't know. Did you guys feel a shift when you turned 25? It's your full frontal cortex does not develop until 25. So you're not fully developed as women and as people in general until you're 25. And I feel like I felt this huge shift. Like I put a lot of things into perspective. I feel like I changed, you know, mentally from feeling like 20, you know, or like 16, 18 to feeling 25 and to feel like, wait, no, like,
I feel like I felt that early, like in the 24, 25, I do feel like mentally like drained sometimes. I'm like, whoa, when I was 21, I felt like I could go through the whole night. So mentally,
but like about life things, not necessarily about going out,
like
but
perspective on how you see things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And I think that goes back to like healing too, though. You see, you're aware of everyone's problem. I mean, the first step to healing is being self-aware. So being self-aware, I become self-aware of everyone's problem, including mine. And I put things into perspective and say, you know what? I understand you, and I hopefully they understand me too. But that's where I see the different perspective of life and people.
Yeah. I think once you get older, you are more forgiving, you know, and you're just more like, you know, like it is what it is. Like,
but you also want more from life.
No, for sure, for sure.
Wait, elaborate on that. What do you mean you want more from life?
I would say you want to experience more, you know, and probably like
then forgive.
Well, yeah, like forgive, like that's more like the emotional. Yeah, that's like more emotional. But I would say once you're 25, like you start having like higher standards, like on friends, you know, on your anything in your relationship.
I feel like for me, a lot with my relationship, I feel like I, you know, always looked at my relationship, you know, because we were together. We've been together since I was so young, like. Oh, you know, like a teenage relationship. And once it got to 25, I don't know, something really happened, I feel, within the last few months where I'm like, no, I need clear goals. I need clear expectations. Like, you know, I say like, I do a marriage, I'm in a partnership, you know, I think my partner's 50, I'm 50. And I don't know, I just want someone, and, you know, obviously I feel like my partner's a great partner, but just also for me more, you know, I feel like I should give more. And I should have just higher expectations in life. It's just like my relationship should move from like the chapter of us being young and dumb to like, you know, being grown and comprehending one another, you know? So I just feel like I want more, you know? And I think I definitely look at my family and I'm like, oh yeah, with my family, like I want more time with them, you know? Like I want my nieces to look at me and to feel like if they need to call me, they could call me, you know, like I have a niece who's freaking old. Sorry, Bella, you're not old. You're just 20. But, you know, and she calls me, she tells me things and I'm like, oh my God, why is she telling me this? Like, it's hard for me to like see her as anything other than 12. And
you know why you want more in life too? It's like, cause you see your potential. I think we all see our potential. I feel the same way. I know that there's more for me. I know I can do better and I'm always seeking that. And I think that's something we all have in common. We're always seeking to improve ourselves. Yeah. So I agree.
You know, for sure. You know, one thing since I turned 25 is I have this urgency, like, you know, to be with my family more, but more specifically my mom. Like now I'm like, dude, I want to call her more, you know, like I want to build a better relationship with her because like you said, like when, you know, you get older, you just become more forgiving, you know, become more understanding. And, you just humble yourself more. Like, damn, okay, like we all go through struggles, like, and who are we to be like, no. If I was in that situation, I wouldn't do this. Or if I was like, no, because then life puts you in those situations and you eat your words.
It does. I mean, last year when I lost some family members, I felt like, tomorrow's never promised. And I actually felt like I built a better relationship with my parents because I don't know when their, last breath is going to be. And I want to spend every single time that I can with them. But a call away, don't forget to tell that person you love them. Yeah. I like telling people, I love you. Like it's a strong word. It can be, but I might not be here tomorrow. So I want you to know how I feel about you.
Yeah. Cause honestly, I've been having the urge more to help people more. Like I'm not gonna lie, back then if like people were asking me for some favor, not that I want to, but I'll be like, oh, okay, but now it's like, what can I do? What can I help?
Yes.
Like
altruistic.
Yeah. Like, like you're just seeing like, I can't become everything I want to be, and it's the little things that you have to do to become that. And
yes,
you end up realizing that.
And you know what too? I feel like in this era that I'm in, I want to depend on people more. Yeah. I feel like these last few months, and I think maybe that's what I was talking about, like, I feel like I'm so hyper independent, and unfortunately it's a response to like how I grew up, like a mom working so many jobs, only a single parent in the household and I feel like I'm always counting on me. Like, even when I'm down, I just count on me. Like, and I feel like this year, like I want to count on others, like I want to count on others to like be there for me emotionally more than anything. Cause I feel like, you could take care of yourself financially and stuff like that. But I just feel like, I don't want to carry the weight of the world anymore.
Yeah.
I'll carry, Honduras's way. I'll carry the continent of Africa, but I do not want to carry the world on my shoulders.
I think it's great that you want to be helped a lot. It's just it's a lot of work, living life, going through things. You are a very strong, independent woman, and we admire that, and we know that. Everybody knows that. But people also want to help. I feel accomplished when I help a friend out.
Yeah.
When you vent to me, and if there's any way, to me, I see it as a challenge. Is there any way that I can help you? I can just make this easier on you. Like, please let me know. But if it's like, no, I kind of feel like, well, what am I doing? Yeah. And I like being there for people. Again, it's a fulfilling feeling when I help one person and I know that I changed their life in some way. They say, I was reading something that said true happiness comes from helping others.
Yeah.
And when I help a friend, a loved one, my happiness is excelling. And that's why, giving back to the community, helping to those in need. Why do we feel fulfilled? Because we help someone's life.
Yeah.
When we're in need and we need something and someone helps us, that makes it our day, our year. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say that being 25, you realize that you need community.
Yeah.
Like you really do need a village, like for all different things, like you really can do it on your own. That's what I mean by like you humble yourself. You realize like, damn, dude, I'm so hyper independent. I hate asking people for anything.
And I'm not invincible.
This is why I feel like fatigued. This is why I feel like, lonely or whatever. Cause you really feel like, oh no, like, I can take it all on my own. I can do it on my own. And to be honest, I still feel like that sometimes, but
you don't want to.
I don't want to. Like, I really do want a community. I want to be able to like, know I can depend on these people and vice versa.
Yeah. And I think a lot for me too, like I said, and that's again part of the healing part. Like I need to let go of the part of me that felt no one will be there for me and let people show me that they'll be there for me. And if they can't meet me where I'm at, like you said last time, it's okay, like I can meet myself there and I'll give them an opportunity to be there again at the next.
Yeah.
Nice.
Arrested?
I read about it. I don't know so much about it, so y'all gonna have to inform me.
Well, I mean, there's not really much information. Like, I guess they really detained him. It wasn't really like an arrest. Yeah. But
Not yet.
Hey, fingers crossed. But no, I feel like I've been hearing that he's a sex trafficker for a long time, but it was like more conspiracy than like fact because they haven't arrested him. They haven't, but it's crazy how they finally like in the way they got him too. It's crazy.
It was through an activist, right?
Yeah. Through an activist.
Greta, what's her name?
Greta. Yeah. Greta. She tweeted or he tweeted at her and he was like, oh, I have all these 33 cars. Like, I don't care about the carbon emission. He's like, where do I send you my info? And she was just like, at smalldickenergy@getalife.com. And then he responded to that. He's like, so you have a small dick? And then from there, then he made the video because I think his tweet didn't hit like he thought it was going to hit. And that's how they got him because the pizza was like Romania, so they knew that he was in the country.
He's in the video like, bring me an unrecyclable box pizza and this and that, like, or I'm gonna use an unrecyclable box pizza.
I wasn't sure. I always hear people talk about it, but I heard that what he does on social media and how he presents himself, he's nothing like that in person. Is that what do you guys think about that?
Well, I feel like we don't know him in person, so I honestly can't get. And I don't watch.
He's probably worse.
Yeah, maybe.
I think he's. I think behind like. He shows his ego, to the world, but I think behind doors, like your ego does show your insecurities, like let's get that straight, but also behind doors, I feel like he's an angry man, I do have this sense that like he mistreats women and he's not fucking around with that. Like he's genuine when he says things like that. Like, he's outed himself about the situation. He's been on multiple podcasts talking about how he has multiple girlfriends. And he doesn't let them go to clubs. He doesn't let them go outside. He doesn't let them go to stores. And they work for him. What do you guys think he does when he says they work for him? So it's like, he really outed himself. Yeah. To be honest.
I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like I don't engage with that content at all. I don't either. I honestly, I didn't even know about that guy until like, honestly, I didn't know about him until I think maybe he got canceled. He got banned.
And I feel like the more you entertain it too.
It's I feel like I don't want to engage with that. Like, I feel like that's...
because you shouldn't have a platform. Like, you shouldn't have like this much like of a spotlight, you know? But in my feed, at least, he was everywhere. On Instagram, on TikTok.
I don't think I saw much in my feed. Maybe the algorithm is seeing like a lot of like makeup, healing. I was like, okay, in the happy rainbow sunshine world.
Mine's like cooking.
Mine's trying to trigger me.
No, I think too. I just think I was watching a podcast with some guys on it, and they were talking about the allegations, and they're like, "Well, we don't want to talk about it because nothing is confirmed." And they're like, "But if it's true, that sucks." And I think that we have to be intentional, especially if we have a platform. To say that sucks about a potential sex trafficking ring where women are being exploited and being forced to perform sex acts or being branded. All those women had owned by Tate tattoos. And so I think if you're a man or a person, a they, he, she, you should really think about what you're saying of, that sucks that they were sex trafficked. So what do you say to the 16-year-old girl who was sex trafficked? That sucks for you?
So there's like confirmed information that there was sex trafficking then. It's like confirmed.
It's an investigation, but I think regardless, like the Harvey Weinstein case, right? There was allegations that it's confirmed that he sexually assaulted all these famous A-list celebrity women. That sucks. I just feel like that's not an appropriate response. Like, I think you have to just think about these women who can't go out, like you were saying, can't go to clubs, can't go to the grocery, can't go outside, can't do anything without this man's permission. And for your response to be that sucks instead of reprimanding and like demanding to deplatform this man or demanding some kind of action, it says a lot about who you are and the fact that you're so tied to patriarchy that the only response you can get about a man exploiting groups of women is that sucks. That sucks. For you.
That's a sucky remark, to be honest.
It's sad. I feel like there's every generation, every era, there's always like these men that men that you don't even expect that don't even have a platform. Like, have you guys heard about the Idaho murder with that guy, Brian? I mean, it was like Brian Coe. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, so don't ask me on that. But who would have expected? People that don't even have platforms. And they get exposed through finding information. This guy, it's not confirmed yet, but the 4 college students in Idaho, I'm not sure if it was Idaho University.
It was Idaho, yeah.
University though? That university is called Idaho University? University of Idaho?
Maybe you got me there.
But what I was saying was that they got stabbed and
murdered.
They found and they found his DNA. Did you guys know how they found his DNA, right? Mm-mm. They found him through myancestries.com.
Yeah, that's low-key why I will not do that.
If someone does that, that means you're going to commit a crime or what?
I know. I'm not going to say that on the internet.
Hey, don't be like Tate, exposing yourself on the podcast.
Hey, I I did not have sexual intercourse with that one.
No, but it's like it's not even the fact that he did it. We're not sure if he did it, but someone in his family did it. So even if you didn't do it, and someone has your DNA, like your cousin did it, they could have found that you did it. You know, so that I think that's how they found him. I think it's called genealogy or genealogy.
They found the Golden Gate Killer or something like that through his niece. So through his niece, they found out that like there was blood related, so that's how they found him.
Yeah, I mean, and again, it's not confirmed, but I mean, all the proof is there.
Yeah,
you know, and they stopped him 2 times. The cops one was tailgating and the other one for speed, but they said from the beginning they assumed that it was him. But they were trying to obviously think of a smart way to catch him. So those 2 stops were purposely done because that first when they were trying to catch him, they were trying to. I'm not sure if you guys seen the video where they're recording him in the car with his dad. They were trying to capture his hand to see if he had like any bruises or cuts. And I don't think they were able to. But when his dad was speaking, he was kind of getting like defensive or like talking over his dad. But again, it's not confirmed. We're gonna wait till everything settles down and we find an answer. But it's sad. It can be anyone.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I think it's just crazy how much men hate women. Like that's what it comes down to. And
vice versa too, though. A lot of women do hate men.
But
we live in a patriarchy. We don't live in a matriarchy, so it's different.
Yeah, I feel like there was this video I saw, this podcast, and it was I forgot, it's called like Man Something, but it's a podcast for men, right? And this black man asking this white girl, like, who are you to speak on men, like on the men issues, like, and she's like, how you feel entitled to talk about whiteness, she's like that because more about whiteness than white people. She's like, us women, we know about misogyny more than men do, because we're the ones going through it.
Yeah.
And I was like, there you go. Like, I think that's why it's hard for men to see our perspective, and like what we mean about like, the struggles we go through, because there's just no way, there's no way, but it's like
it is rare for someone to see.
Yeah, it's just they're not ever gonna.
You won't get it.
They're not a woman.
I feel like it's very hard to. The sad truth is that anyone ever really going to understand us? Are someone ever really going to understand me? No, because they've never been in the footsteps history or been what I through. So I think that's the miscommunication. I
feel like too, women, it's not that we hate men.
Yeah,
I love
we
men.
don't.
Men are like dessert, like the better part, not the better part depending on my day, but I feel like we hate these systems that have been put in place by men and how it's been exploited and used to the advantage of men. Like, I just want my fair share, I want equal treatment. That's it.
I think we just want to feel seen and appreciated.
And I feel like also like when a guy hears, every time I talk to some guys, I'll be like, oh yeah, sometimes I guess girls, women want equality. It's like, oh well, they want equality, we'll pay for my check. It's just a whole. It gets missed.
Make sure I get the same pay as you do if you want me to pay for your check.
Ooh, that was
why am I getting
for the same job,
83 cents to the dollar of white men?
Yeah, so it's being misinterpreted by that when we say stuff like this, like, oh, okay, we'll open the door for me, but it's like, well, what up? You guys forgot about all this other things. You guys are just straight up jumping to that.
Yeah,
to that case.
Yeah, so. I feel like something that as I get older, you do realize like how sexist men are. Like. And it's honestly, it roots down, I hate to say this, but it roots down to religion, to be honest. Like, religion has set these standards of women and what they're for, and that's it. Like, they really limited us into, we're just, we're made for the home, we're made to make babies, and that's it. Men are the superior, men are gonna go out and bring the bread and blah blah blah. When it's sad that people that are not even religious, like, we kind of like, we still feel like the aftermath of that. Yeah, the repercussions of those strong beliefs.
And I feel like there's so many things behind that. I think, when we say like the man has to I feel like back then, this is my assumption, it's like, they wanted to protect women back before, anything. So they would hunt. and keep the woman safe. But you see how it kind of changed and through evolution, like now, okay, not evolution specifically, but it has evolved. And now it's seen like, okay, the woman has to stay. And now it's seen as like, you have to cook for me. It's more demanding. It's been, again, changed in a way, but that's,
I think
people,
sorry, B.
No, go ahead.
I feel like, you know, women, like, I get it. I get the 50s more than now. I'm not even I know it's like controversial to say that because women did not work back then, you know? So realistically, I get why men were like, okay, then cook, raise the kids, blah, 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 clean, you know? But now women, majority of us work, you know, like majority of us, like, you know, it's like we have 2 jobs. You get me? Like we still have to go, you know, take care of the kids, get them ready for school, do all these little things and like worry about, because men don't think about all the little things, you know, they don't. And it's the little things that adds up that it's like another job, you know, and I feel like now women, we have like a double workload. Yeah. What's crazy is like, not that I'm ever gonna like be okay with men disliking women, you know, like in a general sense. But I do understand the men that like maybe had an absent mom, you know, or had an abusive mom, or had just had a bad experience growing up with the women, you know, that I understand. But there's men that I meet that had a single mom, that dad abandoned them, and they saw their mom all their life bending over backwards for them, doing the most, having 3 jobs, like you know, and they're misogyny. Like what? Like what? Like how are you gonna still think that men are superior when the men in your life left and the women stepped up, you know, and did above and beyond? And sadly, what I'm saying is like more like common than a woman, you know, leaving the baby. And not that it doesn't happen. Like women obviously abandon.
1 in 5 men are absent from their child's
life. One in what?
1 in 5 men.
Yeah. But like men typically are notorious, you know, for having multiple baby mamas or not being present, or, you know, and their sons still grow up being misogynist and like thinking men are superior, men are less emotional. I feel like if you leave your child, you cannot handle emotions. Yeah. You are emotional. You know, you're
illogical,
yes,
irrational.
Exactly. So it's crazy when you really think about it.
And I think that goes back again to what you were saying, like hunters and gatherers. Men think like, oh, hunters and gatherers. I'm sorry, you're not going out there and killing a boar so that you could skin the skin so that I can have
but they make it seem like they did though.
You know, so like.
Hey, you build me a house, you know, with your bare arms and all that. Shoot,
yes,
I'll cook and clean for you.
Yeah,
you know?
that does make sense.
But it's you know, we're just no longer like in the caveman era, like
the big labor era, as in everyone did labor. It's very common back then. Now, okay, I'm gonna go do my job, finance. It's still mentally draining, you know. I'm not saying that, but it has turned the tables of you're not physically tired though.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't think things are ever gonna change until we start changing the system. Yeah, because you know, one of the reasons why women get paid less, well, their excuse is because women get pregnant, you know, and we have to take a year off. So that's why they're paying us less. And I don't know if it's Switzerland, but there's a country in Europe where they started a new law that men also have to take.
I think it's Norway or Sweden.
Yeah, it's one of those countries that passed a law because they're really trying to kill the wage gap between men and women. And it's real. I know there's men out there that really believe that's not real. It's real, you know? Real. So yeah, even in other countries, it's real, you know? So I think it's Switzerland, Norway, one of those countries, they did pass a law where now men have to take time off if they have a child. So that's like so that they're killing that excuse of like, oh, because of a woman, she has to take time off, and a man, you know? So now it's both of them have to take time off. Yeah. So it kills that like that discrimination, you know, of the gender. So that's what I mean. Like until we start changing our systems here,
institutional change.
Yes,
change the way we think, change the way we live. Tupac, changes.
And it's all about progress. You know, like it's chaotic right now. Today's times, you know, we're living through a lot of historical moments. You know?
There's a lot of cultural also too changes that we need to do. Like, I mean, growing up Hispanic, Latina, you know, when they serve the men first or anything, you're just like, wait, hold up. So I honestly respect all those men that are trying, you know, to even do that change. They're all standing up for us women. Like you are not.
Yeah. And I think too, like we have to culturally remove like what is feminism, you know, like feminism is not women are greater than, although internally I might feel that way, you know, but in order, if I want equality, I can't say I'm better. You know, I have to acknowledge that men are equally important. Men are a valuable part of society, as well as, you know, non-binary people. But like, you know, I'm talking about more gendered roles. And so women and men are equally as important. And I feel like as a society, we do need to shift, and we do need to see, you know, how can we change what the idea of what feminism is into, and change it into like equality, equal terms generally. You know?
Yeah.
And those are some great topics. So I feel like, you know, Andrew Tate, this whole murder thing going on in Idaho, and 2023 goes, that's a wrap.
I know. Hey, 2023 is already starting with a bang. Let's just put it that way. Ever since 2020, you don't know what the next day is gonna bring. You know.
Some quick advice, tips you guys want to give people for 2023 before we wrap it up.
Just like learn, you know, like don't be scared to fail. Look inward, be more self-aware. You know, don't get defensive when, you know, if someone critiques something or comes to you about an issue they have. Be open-minded. You know, treat women with respect. Vice versa, women. You know, let's appreciate our men too. But yeah, you know, I would say like the little things.
Yeah, those are good ones. And vice versa with men. I would say grow, keep learning, challenge yourself, get yourself out of that comfort zone, because that's where you find yourself, you know, learning more and growing. So yeah, that'd be my tips for everyone.
And for me, they say it's Aries and Taurus's year this year. So be intentional, wake up every day and be in a positive mindset. If you're feeling down, just think about it. Like, you know what? Fuck it. There's bigger problems in the world. Not to invalidate yourself, but to just say, this is something small I can overcome. Mm-hmm. So with that, we appreciate everyone who's tuned in last year, and we hope you continue to tune in this year. Again, make sure you like, subscribe, share our podcast on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. We're also happy that you guys tune in. And sending it off, my name is Aizy.
Shanti.
Evelyn.
Bye.
Bye.